What's good everyone, yadiiiigg, 4 eyes, 2 G's here, and today we're here to talk about Maxo Kream, who just dropped a brand new project, Brandon Banks, over the last week. This video isn't going to be solely focused on that album, rather I'm just going to be looking at his overall career and see where he is at. And I think what he's been able to prove once again on this album is his ability to tell a story through his lyrics. Throughout his career, Maxo has proved himself to be a capable storyteller time and time again. Tracks that exemplify this skill are his standouts, like 13 from Maxo 187, where he talks about his life as a young kid and the harsh realities he was forced to deal with, or Grannies from Punkin, where he focuses on the people around him and shares their experiences through his lens, and even on Brandon Banks there was Meet Again, which is the best song off the project in my opinion, and on it Maxo details the experiences he has gone through witnessing people he knows going in and out of jail. These songs are so gripping for me due to how vivid and lively the world he creates in them are. There are no details spared. Each song plays visually in your head like a movie as he lays out the intricacies of his experiences to you. And especially in the context of today's rap and the peers who have come up with Maxo through the SoundCloud era, I think this is a distinguishing feature of his music and something that makes me come back to his music constantly. Also, if you've given the album a listen, make sure to let me know what you think about it in the comments below and how it compares to his other projects. I'm always curious to know what you guys think. And even though the album marks Maxo's major label debut with him signing to RCA and Sony for a cool 1.5 million, it has been anything but an easy grind for Maxo, and he's still far from a mainstream artist yet, as he hasn't had that breakthrough radio single. He had his first couple big breaks a few years ago now with the father-assisted Cell Booming and of course the iconic Fetty with Cardi and Dash in 2015. And while these served to boost his popularity and get his name out there, these didn't land him instant success and fame, and really it's been his projects that have helped him establish and build on his fan bases. Projects like the Persona tape and Maxo 187 are regarded as some of the best to come from the SoundCloud era. However, with the major label backing, it's clear that he's trying to shoot for bigger success. Features from Schoolboy Q, A$AP Ferg, Megan Thee Stallion and Travis Scott round out his most star-studded track list by a long shot. However, for better or for worse, I don't think he lets these features or the label color or taint his musical output to make his music more radio friendly. There isn't the cliche gimmicky R&B song with a pop singer, there isn't some phoned in hook by a A-list rapper or anything like that on this project. The songs sound like Maxo Kream brought the song and the idea to the artist to collab and not the other way around. In fact, Maxo handles all the hooks on the project and lets the features reside to verses. However, I think this isn't always a positive thing. And don't get me wrong, to a certain extent, it's great that Maxo hasn't let this label deal impact his sound and isn't reaching for that hit. However, I'd be lying if I didn't think that Maxo could have better used these features in a sense, because whilst I do think Maxo can write great verses and tell great stories, one area Maxo isn't as strong at is crafting a catchy hook and polishing off a song with that edge and flair to give something that pop appeal and pop sensibility to make it catch on in the masses and possibly land on the radio. I don't think it's a coincidence that his most popular song is a track that features Lil Uzi on the hook. Take his song off Brandon Banks with Travis Scott for example. This track is really nice, bouncy production, solid verse from Maxo, and a decent effort from Travis as well. But Maxo's hook here I think lets the song down from really having that potential to go to the next level, and in this case I think Maxo should let a feature like Travis, whose hook game and hit making ability needs no introduction, have reins on the song to polish it off and give it that final touch to give it that extra bit of pop appeal and make it more catchy. Because whilst I do think it's a good song, I think it was a bit of a missed opportunity to really make a breakout hit and cross over to the mainstream. However, that's a small gripe, and on the whole I think the project is being very warmly received by his fans as it should be. I don't think this project is going to be the one that scores Maxo his mainstream breakthrough, but that doesn't take away from the great music on it, and I do think Maxo really delivered with his label debut. There's no doubt that you would have heard about Maxo by now, but if you haven't given this project a listen, I highly recommend checking it out. But that's all from me today guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you haven't, make sure to hit that like button, turn on those notifications, subscribe to your boy, and follow me on Instagram if you're not. Also, there are more videos of mine on screen right now, make sure to check them out if you haven't.